Hey guys, what's up? It's Umbruhh here, and today I'm gonna tell you 6 reasons why you should start playing Final Fantasy XIV. So, it's 2019 and you're looking for a new MMORPG to play. Whether or not you're moving from an older MMORPG such as World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2, or you're playing MMORPGs for the first time, Final Fantasy XIV might be the one for you. It's a phenomenal game with tons of subscribers at the moment, and I'm gonna tell you some reasons why I would highly recommend leveling it. And there's a lot of reasons too, like, just to start off, this game is available on PC or PS4, and it has cross-platform, so you won't need to worry about having a gaming PC to play this MMO. The first reason, and possibly one of the biggest reasons, you can level up all of your classes on one character. And since you can level up all jobs on one character, there are more budget-friendly subscription options where, like, you can only have one character per server, which is about $12.99 a month compared to the regular $14.99. Now, this can be helpful if you don't plan on making an alt, since you can level up all your jobs on one character. But the reason why this is a really nice feature is it makes things a lot more convenient. Like, people in other MMOs such as World of Warcraft or Star Wars The Old Republic or Guild Wars 2, they're always running out of space because they're making character alts to try new classes. Whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, you can choose whatever class you want for with the push of a button. So, like, let's say you're playing Dark Knight and you're getting kind of bored of Dark Knight. All you have to do is equip a gun blade to equip Gunbreaker, and so you don't need to log out and log into a different character. Makes things very seamless and easy and convenient. Because of this feature, it adds so much convenience and is one of the biggest selling points of this game. Now, another reason why this game is so much fun to play, and why I recommend it, is the fun and unique jobs it offers. Whereas other MMOs, they may just have jobs that kind of feel the same. Like, let's say you play a warrior, and then you play what's a paladin, which is like a warrior but with magic. All of the jobs feel unique and different, such as each class has a different weapon, unlike other MMOs where they all just use the same weapon, adding kind of, more uniqueness to it. I'm not sure if that's a word. And all of them feel different too. Although there are some similarities, each of them feel different. Like, for example, for the tanks, Paladin is a very good all-around tank. Like, they are extremely versatile. They have good damage, good raid utility, good defense. They even have some healing or magic. And Warrior focuses on huge, big dick damage, but they've also got some good raid utility too. And then there's Dark Knight. Dark Knight is more, if you're looking for a more mobile tank. They definitely feel a lot quicker paced than any of the other tanks, except for Gunbreaker, which is the new job introduced in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, which basically you have a gun combined with a sword. This is, I guess, also like Warrior. It focuses on dealing big dick damage, although they've got lots of raid utility too, such as single target defense cooldowns that you can use on other party members and yourself. And then there's other jobs too which are really unique as well, such as the melee DPS, Dragoon, Samurai, Ninja, and Monk. So each job feels unique, and none of them really feel the same. Another great reason to start playing this game is the engaging and breathtaking storyline. Now, not other MMOs typically have storylines. In World of Warcraft, there are some cutscenes, like after raids or when you're doing updates, but other than that, it's just read the quest text and then go kill 6 boars. And I guess there are some other MMOs that have decent storylines, such as Guild Wars and SWTOR, but Final Fantasy XIV feels the most fleshed out in terms of story compared to all of them. Like, they've got it has probably some of the best writing I've seen in an MMO, especially in the storyline for the Shadowbringers and Heavensward expansions. Like, a lot of the characters that you meet in Final Fantasy XIV are really fleshed out compared to a lot of MMOs where they're just mobs that tell you to kill 6 wolves or some bullshit. Like, they feel real, is what I'm trying to say. And so does the storyline. Like, there's stakes compared to other MMOs. And although one of the negatives is that the game is primarily story-based driven, that means there's about 180 MSQ quests for A Realm Reborn and 100 patch quests for the Realm Reborn patch quest. So you've got to go through at least, if not more than 500, maybe even 1,000 if I'm not mistaken. I'm bad at math, but you have to do at least a couple hundred MSQ quests to catch up on all of the current content. So that is a negative, but trust me, it is well worth it. Another thing that makes this MMO is so great is the detailed character creation. Like, yeah, I know it doesn't have a butt slider, but other than that, it's still really good, and the graphics for this game are really good too, which makes it even more detailed. Whereas other MMOs like World of Warcraft, you just choose a face, a hairstyle, maybe some scars or markings, that's all. But your character still looks the same as, like, let's say you're playing as a human male, your character will still look the same physically as another human male. But in 14, there's a lot of subtle, I guess, changes you can make to your character, such as height, whether or not you want your character to be more chiseled or just soft, I guess. Different face options, although you can also change the eye colors, the eye size. There's a lot of cool hairstyles you can try out, and you can choose up to 12 voices for your characters. Now, your character can't speak, but there is different voices you can change to what your character sounds like in combat or when they're using emotes, and I think it's a really cool feature, personally. Overall, this game has a really great character creation, which you can make your character however you want. Another reason to play this game is the current rising popularity of the MMO so far. Now, yeah, it shouldn't really matter how many people playing it as long as you like it, but for an MMO, you're gonna need to run with people to do content, and if you're playing an MMO that you like but it's dead, there's nobody to play with. And one of the things that have helped Final Fantasy XIV become popular, especially in the past few months with Shadowbringers' release, is the failure of World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. A lot of people are just leaving World of Warcraft because of their disappointment with Battle for Azeroth, and 2 of the main MMOs they've been switching to are Elder Scrolls Online, which is another good MMO that I recommend, but I'm not talking about that, and Final Fantasy XIV. And most people choose Final Fantasy XIV because it's a lot similar to World of Warcraft in terms of gameplay as well, but it offers more challenge and more content, and it's generally a better MMO. One of the final things I'd like to talk about of what makes this such a great MMO is the new expansion that came out called Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers that has included a ton of new features and added a lot of really amazing content, such as the awesome dungeons, the new raids. There's an 8-man raid series called Eden that just came out. It's really interesting. You get to fight enemies from previous Final Fantasy XIV trials, and in patch 5.01, or patch 5.1, there's a new raid series where it's directly based off of the RPG from 2017, Nier Automata, which is a great RPG too, I recommend. And this game has very frequent updates as well. Like, whereas other MMOs, they usually upload one patch half a year, Final Fantasy XIV tries to add new patches every 3 months, and even then they do small patches that happen in between patches. So I guess they're mini patches. Sometimes they'll add content in between patches, which is really nice too. So it's one of the few games that earns its subscription. Yeah, the subscription can be kind of annoying, but it allows the developers to push these updates really frequently. So most of the time there's always content to run through in this game. But that about covers it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV content, subscribe to me on YouTube. I make machinimas, gameplay videos, other stuff too. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and I will see you guys later. I love you all. Umbruhh out.